I am with Chris,
Yep.
an outside sales rep for Brava.
Correct.
All right, Chris, what is Brava? Can you tell us a little bit about this?
Brava is a recycled polymer-based product. We do it in a shake, a slate, and a Spanish. All of it weighs 320 pounds or less. It is high wind rated, it is class 4 impact rated, and by the nature of how we make the materials, we can use definitely better ingredients, which allows us to offer up a really nice warranty compared to our other competition.
Gotcha. When you say something like it weighs 320 pounds or whatever, for the people viewing this, they might be thinking, whoa, that's really heavy for one of those tiles.
Yes.
What can you explain that just a little bit? In comparison to something like a concrete tile, is this heavier, lighter?
So in roofing, we have what we call a square. A square is a 10 by 10 area. In the case of our stuff, typical shingles weigh 200 to 300 pounds. We weigh just about 300 pounds, but if you get into concrete, those sorts of products, you are now talking 1,000 pounds plus. And if you get into really expensive concrete or clay, we're talking 1,400 pounds a square.
And that's what I wanted to touch on, because people might hear that and think, whoa, 320 pounds, that's really heavy.
Yeah.
But if somebody was going to from a concrete tile roof system to Brava,
Correct.
they would actually be taking a lot of that load off of the roof deck.
Correct.
It'd be a lighter system in comparison.
Yeah, reducing the weight and maybe in theory breathing a little bit of life into the structure. Since it was designed to carry that weight, now you don't have to, so it'll probably help out a little bit.
Down in Florida, we get a lot of people that are concerned with hurricane damage, high winds, things like that. Can you speak to that a little bit when it comes to Brava?
By nature of our products, by the way they are fastened down and by the exposure, the product itself, like our shake and slate, is 22 inches, a standard. It's the bottom 10 inches that really shows to somebody. But we've tested our products out 188 miles an hour, even though our warranty is like 110, I think. But yeah, test it out to 188. And then if you want to, you can reduce the exposure. I happen to live in Colorado, so we have Boulder right up the way. And so up there, the city, the code will require you to install it with either screws to get a higher wind rating or reducing that exposure down to about 8 inches, which also bumps up the wind rating as well.
Wow, so there's even options on how it's installed to higher wind ratings if needed.
Correct,
or if
yeah.
you want to.
Yeah.
The other question that we get all the time is like lifespan of the product. Is this product something that's going to last a certain period of time, or does it just depend on the application?
We project that it's going to last at least 50 years or more. The biggest thing that we do is, because of where I am at a higher altitude, we do a high altitude version of our stuff.
Okay.
So we want to be able to offer people a 10-year fade warranty. So down at lower altitudes, we do our standard formula. When it comes to anything above 4,000 feet plus, we're doing a high altitude formula to make sure the product holds up in those type of atmospheres.
Well, I'm happy to let you know, Florida, we're at about a 4-foot elevation.
Yeah.
And if you visit the beach, you're at 0 feet.
Yeah.
But okay, so the formulation for the tiles specific to the area, which sounds great.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing the color fade, we're not going to have problems with that throughout the life of the product.
No, there's a unit of measurement called a hunter unit kind of a deal. And so we are, we warranty for the first 10 years for 400 units of fade. But as I mentioned, we also engineer a stronger formula for when you get up high, because that's when, everyday products get killed. When they're sitting at 10,000 feet.
Got it. Any other parts of the product you'd like to highlight?
I'm trying to think. We are hail rated. I know that the only one we've lost so far was a big storm down in Texas, kind of a deal. And then we've had big storms in Colorado, where they put down some Brava, another storm comes through, our competitors lose roofs, and we haven't lost a roof yet in Colorado, as far as I'm aware.
Very cool. And believe it or not, we do get hail in Florida. I know the key word is, hurricane. Yeah. But we do get hail. We've gotten hail, in Port St. Lucie, for the people watching us from home, a handful of times in just the last couple of years. Okay. So it's a thing. We don't get the big baseballs like some other parts of the country, but it still exists. Okay. So hail resistant. Correct. Long life of the product. Can you just touch a little bit on warranty? I know you mentioned color warranty, but is there other types of warranties that go along with the Brava tile? We base it on the idea that we expect the product to last 50 years. In the first 10 years, if anything happens, we've got a pretty good warranty that will say we'll come in, we'll replace underlayments, we'll do flashings, we'll cover the labor and some other kind of things. So we just want to make sure that if anything ever does go sideways, that the homeowner is always happy. Gotcha. So out to even 50 years. Correct. On the warranty. Yeah, it prorates after 10 years to 50 years. It's a prorated warranty on the materials only, no labor, but anybody that knows in roofing, any sort of a problem is going to pop up the first year or two. Yeah, no, that's very standard and pretty much expected. But yeah, 50 years is a really good warranty system on the tile. Yep. Comes in many different shapes. I see along the back wall over here, we've got some slate-like tile. We've got some barrel tile. to kind of mimic that look.
Yeah.
Anything that's not on the wall that we should know about?
No, we've got some stuff in development that we're working on. Just but at this point, I always say that we have some of our competition, and they kind of do a kind of a good, better, best scenario. We just go straight to best.
Something that a lot of homeowners down by us deal with are concrete tiles that'll chip and crack, or a golf ball will hit it. It's snapped in two. A lot of maintenance concerns. What are the maintenance concerns when it comes to the Brava system?
Well, a lot of times concrete tile is rated at class 3 for impact rating. Everything we do is class 4. Because it's a polymer, it's not going to chip or crack. It doesn't absorb any moisture or water, so we don't have the freeze-thaw issues that concrete. Clay absorbs a lot less water, but there still is some absorption going on there. But we don't have to worry about any of that with the freeze-thaw because it's just not going to allow anything to get absorbed into the product.
Wow, that's a big plus for our Florida people. So
yeah,
IRE 2026 in Vegas, built to last, fixed for life. Thanks so much.